The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Saturday, 12:01 a.m., and New Yorkers were waking early and getting set to mow their lawns and trim their hedges and rake their leaves. Then they realized they didn't have any lawns or hedges or leaves and went back to bed. I was working the night watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Joe Greco. My partner is George Franklin. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. George and I thought we were going to a mystery weekend game, took a wrong turn and ended up in the middle of a real mystery, in a real storm, in what more and more seemed like a real haunted house. 3 of 6 guests had been kidnapped, one by one in less than 4 hours. The phone was dead, the bridge was out, and we were isolated. And, I'll admit, a bit scared. Just when we thought that maybe Peeved the butler was the culprit, someone knocked him unconscious. George tended to him. Since it was almost midnight, the 3 remaining guests, Amanda, Sally, and Miles, nervously decided to go up to their color-coded rooms for, they hoped, some much-needed sleep. George and I mused about the problem over a game of color pool. The colored balls in the game matched the colors on the color wheel. Then I noticed that they also matched the colors of the bedrooms, and the sequence was the same as the order in which the missing guests had disappeared. First red, then orange, then yellow. They go in the order of the color wheel.
Could be a coincidence.
It could be a pattern. And if it is, the next would be...
Green. That would be Amanda Wine.
Right.
Pat, it's been staring at us right in the face and we didn't even see it.
What?
My nagging feeling, the lead in each of these newspaper articles mentions the time that the defendant was released.
So?
So it could be another pattern.
George, another blind justice is missing.
It's a woman. Has to be Amanda or Sally.
It's 12:07. Amanda's in the green room. Green was next. Come on. Upstairs, we found Miles and Amanda had switched rooms. Miles was okay in the green room, but Amanda was missing from the blue. Either the color pattern wasn't working or the kidnapper was one step ahead of us. But maybe the answer was in the time pattern. We asked Miles and Sally when they had been released.
Sometime around 1, I think.
I remember exactly what time. It was 12:45. But what does that have to do with anything?
Well, maybe nothing at all. We're not sure. We're just looking for patterns.
Miles decided to retire, and George told me he'd keep an eye on him. I was to watch Sally.
I'm sorry.
George, I'm sorry, I didn't see
What are you doing?
George, what are you doing here? I just heard a man scream upstairs.
It's impossible. I just heard a woman scream downstairs.
Sally.
It's Miles.
At 12:45 today, Sally Stoop walked from the halls of justice.
At 12:45 today, miles to go, shuffling into daylight.
A free person.
And then there were none.
What are you doing, George?
Measuring. Aha! I was right.
About?
My room. It was bothering me because it seemed bigger than some. So I measured. It is.
So what?
So on the diagram, all the rooms are shown to be the same size. They aren't. Neither are the closets. Mine is shown to be as large as the others, but it's about half the size. Why?
I don't see what this has to do with...
Pat, a panel in the closet. The black room connects to the orange room. orange room is connected to the red room, too. And maybe all the rooms have a closet connection.
They can't. Look, the hall cuts these off.
That's right. But the black, orange, and red rooms are all connected.
And the yellow and violet could be connected through these closets, and the white, blue, and green connected through these.
I'll check these.
I'll check the others. Here are the facts. The black, orange, and red rooms are connected, and so are the two I checked.
And so are the three I checked.
They're connected, but they're disconnected.
What do you mean?
Well, there's no connection between any of the groups of rooms. The hall cuts these three off, and there's no closet between these two rooms.
So we still would have had to use the halls.
It's pretty risky.
True. Someone could have seen him.
All we know is that all of our suspects have been kidnapped, Pard.
Or knocked out. And that means one conclusion.
Which is?
One of us did it.
Not much to do but sit and wait for morning and get word to the police.
Pat. Look.
George, these weren't here a moment ago.
I know.
What does it mean?
Whoever's doing this is still in the house. And we're in a great deal of danger.
George, look at this game. See? It has 3 dimensions. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, Pat, but I don't want to play now.
We've been trying to find connections between the disconnected upstairs rooms, right?
What are you getting at?
Maybe the upstairs rooms are connected, but through the downstairs rooms.
How?
Secret staircases and secret passages. You said your room was larger than these.
Yeah, about 3 feet longer.
That's about it. 3 feet is enough space for a secret passage.
Why not? There could be a stairway anywhere along here if it was a secret passage. And here. Aha! That's why my closet's so small.
What?
Well, there's probably a spiral staircase in there. Well, we may have figured out how, but we still don't know who.
The victims were all kidnapped in the same manner.
Right. A scream, the news clipping, and the statue.
All except Peeved.
Maybe it's time for Dr. Franklin to pay a call on patient Peeved. What's that?
The phone. Communication has been restored.
You answer the phone, I'll check on the patient. Meet me in Peeved's quarters.
Hello. Yes, this is Wits End. It very definitely is. The phone company? We have some trouble here. Will you contact the police and send help as soon as they can get through? Thank you. George, the police will be here as soon as they can. George? George? There's no time to be cute. Where are you? Let's play What Do I Know? I know I'm alone in a haunted house. I know there's a storm outside. I know that 6 people have been kidnapped. And I know that George is missing. Ergo, I know I am alone. George, where in the world? You're not George.
No. I'm Peeved.
I'm a little ticked off.
Don't run that line again.
Right. So, the butler really did do it.
Yes, I planned every step, every claw. It's my plan. Mine, do you hear me?
Oh, sure, loud and clear. Tell me, Peeved, where are the others?
Incarcerated.
Ah, incarcerated. That's a little town in New Mexico, isn't it? Mighty pretty country out there. In fact, I have a brother-in-law.
Cease! You will join the others, my little mathematician.
Mathematician? Bet you say that to all the girls. You're into math?
I hate math. I hate it. That's why the others are here, because of math.
You hate math. Is that so? Perhaps you'd like to talk about it.
The others are all guilty of crimes, but they were let go because of mathematics.
I find that difficult to believe. Not impossible, you understand, just difficult. Peeved? Who owns this house?
I do. This is my place. It is my beloved sanctuary. I have been at my wits' end since I left the courts.
Just what exactly did you used to do before you became whatever you are?
You don't now, do you?
No, I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to pick up People magazine for weeks.
Yes.
Whoa! Prosecuting attorney! No! Newspaper reporter! No! Judge! No! Retired psycho!
Court stenographer.
Court stenographer? The person who records testimony in court cases?
The very same. That's how I know about these 6 criminals.
But they aren't criminals. They were found innocent by a jury of their peers.
The juries were wrong, but I will make it right. Justice will be done.
Peachy, where in blazes have you been?
In these passageways. They run all through the house. Practically every room is accessible by secret panel, upstairs and down. It's amazing.
That's great. You're admiring the architecture while some mathematics-hating court stenographer is trying to do me in.
You were safe. I've been listening to you.
Listening? How could you listen to us?
The whole house is wired for sound. Did you notice something peculiar about the screams we kept hearing?
No.
Well, I did. There were really just 2, and they always sounded the same. A man's scream and a woman's scream.
So?
They were tape recorded and programmed by a computer as to where and when to go off. Peeve controlled it.
You mean when I heard a man scream upstairs and...
And I heard a woman scream downstairs. The tape recording was programmed to do that. You heard the man scream through a set of speakers on the first floor. It had an echo, so you thought it was coming from upstairs. All right, here's the system.
Do you know where the others are?
No, but I heard them. They're all right. Let's see if we can find them.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The court of last resort is in session. All who have business in front of me shall rise. Justice will now be done.
It's Peeved. I guess he got tired of chasing you.
I was playing hard to get.
And you, Colonel Winston, are guilty of stealing 10,000 silver coins.
I'm not guilty. I was innocent, you ninny. I proved mathematically that the weight of 10,000 silver coins could not possibly be carried by one man.
And I proved by a simple comparison of distance, rate, and time that I couldn't have robbed that bank either.
Mathematics again, trickery and deceit. I'll have none of it. You are both guilty and will spend the next 7 years at wit's end doing community service.
Oh, no, please.
I think it is becoming clear, my dear criminals, that we live in a land of laws, not of mathematics.
Well, we agree with you, Your Honor, but we were tried under the law, and we were found innocent.
Now, you tricked the jury by using mathematics.
Hey, Judge Man, we didn't trick anybody with mathematics. Math helped us to tell the truth.
I'll have no more of your sniveling.
Let me ask you something, Peeved. Did you study math in school?
Yes. Well, perhaps study is too strong a word.
You mean you didn't do well in math?
No, I didn't. And do you know why? Because I couldn't see where I would ever use it in real life.
You failed math?
Yes, and so what? I now sit as judge and jury of your feeble, math-infected lives.
All right, Louis, drop the case.
All this because he hated mathematics.
Yes, it was such a waste. Mathematics is accessible to everyone, and it's free.
Thanks. The police should be here any minute. What's the matter?
Miles. Miles, aren't you ever gonna play the middle of that song?
Hey, man, I told you, I don't remember it.
It's the police. George, I think all is well.
Hey, man, that is it.
Eve the butler was tried in Sullivan County in and for the state of New York and found guilty of a 135.20 kidnapping in the first degree, a 195.00 official misconduct, and a 120.15 menacing. He went to state prison, where he learned to love mathematics, teaches it to others, and has become an advisor to a television show called Square One TV.